Let's see what my spirit guides have to say about how this full moon in Sagittarius, May 31st, 2026, will affect you in this psychic crystal reading for each of the four elements: earth, water, fire, and air. The earth signs are Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. The water signs are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. The fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And the air signs are Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. You may want to watch all the elements that correspond to your sun, your moon, and your rising sign, because this full moon is not just going to affect your sun sign only. And also, if you're born on the cusp of your sign and you know the element that corresponds to your cusp sign, you may also want to check that out, because sometimes your psychic predictions and messages are coming to you from there. So first, I'm going to start with the element of earth. This is Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. You may feel like you're kind of going through some kind of upheavals. Some of you earth signs may feel like you're dealing with trials and tribulations of some sort. And you may really want to get outside. You may feel like you need a breath of fresh air. You could feel very inspired to like go for walks, go for jogs, go camping, even just sitting outside in the sun and reading a book, or just meditating in the sun, or just being outside. I feel like the earth signs are going to feel like you need that connection to the earth and you need that breath of fresh air in your life. Some of you earth signs will be parting ways with either a business, a company, or it could be a relationship. So it could even be a person. So it's like the energy of parting ways with something. So especially if you did business with a particular company, institution of any kind, you could stop dealing with them. But it could be an individual, like I said. This could be a full moon that makes the earth signs want to protract a lot of information. So you could find yourself doing a lot of research, whether it's online or in books or both, or talking to people, but like, wanting and needing and getting information and research will be highlighted for you. And this is a blue moon because we have two full moons in the month of May. So they call it a blue moon when the second full moon shows up. And remember, these messages and predictions I'm giving you here today will be the strongest the day before, the day of, and the day after the full moon. But the energies can last for 2 weeks or up to 30 days. Some of you, if you go for a job interview, you could get hired. You might even get hired immediately, or it could have been a job you applied to before, you didn't hear back from them, you interviewed or you didn't interview, either way, but you could hear back from a company or business or a job you like applied to or talked to them before, and now they may be getting back to you and hiring you. Some of you earth signs, your wit and humor and wisdom is going to get you out of some kind of tricky or precarious situation. So if you find like you're in some kind of tense scenario, whether it's with family members or coworkers or the public, using your humor, your, joking around, using your humor, but also your wisdom, is what's going to help you get out of some difficult or, precarious situation. Some of you earth signs could really create something of flair and drama. So it could be like, maybe you are in the theater, you do plays and productions, or you're in music, or you make videos, or you write lyrics, but especially things that have drama, or you're artistic or an interior decorator, or you're redecorating things yourself. Your things could come out of you in your creative uh, energies that are like really dramatic and eye-catching. And so see how that plays out for you. So here are the 3 cautions for the earth signs. My guides say you're spinning your wheels waiting for somebody to do something. If you're waiting for somebody to ask you out on a date, or waiting for somebody to come and build something or fix something or give you an answer about something, but especially if it's a particular person, they're like, you shouldn't be spinning your wheels about them. You need to move on. Like, just say, sorry, couldn't wait for you. Or I don't know. It's just like they're warning you about doing that, spinning your wheels and waiting for somebody to come through for you in some way, and to just move on with stuff. You could experience ringing in your ears. You could get a buildup of wax in one of your ears or both. You could have trouble with your hearing. It could be maybe if you go to a concert and the music is really loud, the next day or two you don't hear very well, or you're at fireworks, or some big loud noise could make this happen. But it could also be tinnitus or ringing in your ears. This could crop up for you. But I don't feel like you should get freaked out and worry about it, because I feel it's treatable or it will pass. If it's a buildup of wax in your ears, you may have to get something to flush it out yourself or go to a doctor. But for some of you, if it's like a loud noise went off or you got ringing in your ears, I feel it will dissipate on its own. It's kind of a hard message here to explain. But my guides are acting like you want to come from a position of strength, not weakness. So you have to be very cautious of your dealings with anything, individuals, the public, bosses, doesn't matter, clients, customers, bosses, the public. You want to come from a position of strength, not weakness. So if you feel uncertain or weak about something, it's best to like not display that or show that to others. I don't know what scenarios are going to come up for you where you get confronted by that, because this is a general reading, but you'll know it when it happens. And don't let that weakness show. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. Now on to the element of water, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. You could find irritations kick up for you from the energies of this full moon in Sagittarius. You could find other people irritating, or it could be irritations like skin irritation or digestive irritation. Um, so there could be irritations either, like in your mind and your emotions, or it could actually be irritations to your physical body. Some of you are going to want to capitalize on some financial gain or some opportunity that comes your way. So I feel for many of you, it could be something you already did, you already created, you already built. It could be at work if you have a job. But it's like you're going to build on something you already did that really went well, or capitalize on something that and take something further, especially a project or something you created or some work you did. So it could be work related, but if you did some projects or created some things on your own, you may want to build and expand on that work and creations. And remember, these energies are the strongest the day before, the day of, and the day after the full moon in Sagittarius, and for the next 2 weeks, but the energies can even last up to 30 days. You got to watch out for what you say, and you got to watch out for what other people say, especially family members. If you go to any like parties, gatherings, celebrations, hanging out with family, or even one-on-one with a particular family member, you got to watch out because you could hurt somebody's feelings or be sarcastic or say something where you're not thinking, and it could cause some kind of like weird vibe or rift or disgruntled disgruntled feelings between them to you, because it could be something you say. So be careful, especially it could happen with friends or coworkers too, but it really comes up strongly like it's with a family member. Could be more than one, but it feels like one in particular. Some of you water signs are going to receive some kind of honor, recognition, reward, or award for something you did. So it could be at work, could be some community service you did. I don't know where it's coming from, but getting some kind of recognition, honor, award, reward. This could be a good moon for the water signs to like figure out how to fix and troubleshoot issues. And if you start doing that, it's like you're going to find out you're really good at it. Maybe because I'm getting the feeling like you didn't think you could do it, or it wasn't something you paid any attention to. But some things could crop up that maybe you need to repair or fix or troubleshoot. They could be tangible items. This could be literally or figuratively speaking. And you can find out you're really good at solving these particular problems or troubleshooting these particular problems that show up at the time around this full moon in Sagittarius. Some of you water signs are going to make waves. Now, this is kind of similar to the other message with what you say or something you create. It could be posts you're making on social media, videos you're creating. It could be things you're writing, because it's about what you say. So you're either verbally saying it or you're writing it. But I feel like these waves are positive waves. And I'm seeing violet, the color violet. And to me, that's like strong psychic energy, spiritual energy and psychic energy to me comes through as the color violet. So I feel like it could be very positive for you. This could be a full moon that gets you water signs to grab onto something where you take hold and you don't let go. It could be a love partner. You could meet somebody, or it could be somebody you're already intertwined with, and you may want to make some kind of commitment with them, get engaged or move in together, or like agree to be exclusive with each other. That could happen, but it could be something else. It doesn't have to be a love relationship. There could be something else that comes up in your life that you feel, this is great. I'm into it. I'm not going to let it go. It could even be a diet that works for you, or a new natural remedy that makes you feel better, or some other kind of, I don't know, something that you like. You could really latch on and grab onto it at this time. And like I said, for some of you, it's not going to be the case for all of you. It could be a relationship. Now, here are the 3 cautions for the water signs. My guides are saying, get it right the first time. You're going to do things double, triple times. So be very cautious of any work you're doing, whether it's in writing or any work you have to do. Like make sure you have like all your ducks in a row, be organized, have your thinking cap on, have your head on straight, because you don't want to have to do something once is good. Twice, 3 times, you're going to be aggravated. So that's your caution. You also need to be careful about what you say, because you could trip up and reveal some kind of secret, somebody else's secret. It could be your own secret. But I feel like you could likely trip up and release somebody else's secret. So you got to be careful of that. You got to be very careful with driving and being tired. If you have to handle any kind of machinery, I don't care what it is, a bandsaw, a chainsaw, a bandsaw, a car, a jet ski. I don't care what it is you're doing, but if you are tired, do not operate anything mechanical, machinery, but especially vehicles, because you could fall asleep and doze off and crash, or you could hurt yourself in some way. If it's not a vehicle, you're doing something else. So stay away from anything motorized if you're tired over the course of the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days. So I hope those messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense.
Hi, friends of the Lucky Mermaid. I'm reaching out with an important update regarding Vimeo On Demand. Vimeo has announced they are phasing out this service, and there are some specific dates you need to be aware of. As of June 23rd, 2026, I can no longer upload new titles. Starting July 23rd, new purchases or subscriptions will no longer be possible. Finally, by September 21st, all Vimeo on-demand listings will be removed. If you have purchased content on Vimeo, please download those videos and save them to your own computer before September 21st to ensure you always have access to them. I want to make sure you can still find my work, so I have already moved all my videos to Patreon Shop. You do not need to be a paid member to access them. You simply need to create a free account and you can purchase and save them to your library. I am currently looking into a new platform for future content and will share that with you as soon as I have an update. Thank you so much for your support and sticking with me through this transition.
Now on to the element of fire. This is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. But before I get on to the fire signs, I just want to let you know about some special videos I've recorded you might be interested in for my Vimeo on-demand videos and for my Patreon shop. These videos are both on the same place, they're on both places, and you can get them in either place. My mid-year psychic tarot update for 2026 for each sign of the zodiac is now available. So I do the center of the 10 card Celtic Cross Tarot spread in these readings. So there's 6 cards, and I'm telling you what I get from my guides for the rest of the year of 2026. You might want to get your sun sign and your rising sign in that video series. Also, my brand new, which I never did before for my Vimeo videos or Patreon, my course correction, psychic tarot and oracle card readings covering a 1-year time period from May of 2026 through May of 2027. These are inspired by these crystal readings I'm doing right here, right now, because people always want to know the cautions. This reading, that's what it's all about. I'm giving you, using the tarot cards, I'm giving you cautions and warnings, and then using the oracle cards to give you advice and solutions. You might want to get your, whatever sign resonates with you on my YouTube and Rumble readings. But if you want to, you could get your sun sign and your rising sign, or your rising sign and your moon sign, whatever normally works for you. Also, my 2026 financial psychic tarot readings, where I do these every year, where I talk to my guides and they give me messages and predictions using the tarot to give you a picture of what your financial picture is for the year of 2026. So you might want to check those out. And also my What's Lucky and New for You in 2026 Psychic Tarot and Oracle card readings. That is an extremely popular series. I record it every year, and many people want to know what's going to be lucky and or new for them in 2026. So you might want to check those videos out as well. And my psychic crystal readings for May 2026 are available, and they are a continuation and an expansion of the psychic tarot readings that I do at the beginning of every month. So if you want to hear what else my guides had to say for you about the month of May, and you like these crystal readings that I do for the full moons, new moons, and eclipses, I'm looking at each individual sign, not just the elements. So you may want to check those crystal readings out. And thank you for your purchases. It is what keeps this channel alive and going. Without it, I would have to stop the readings. So I do really appreciate it. So now on to the fire signs. This full moon could make you feel like you have ups and downs emotionally. And it could also help you heal emotional trauma that's either happening right now or happening from the past, that you've carried in your aura, carried it around with you. It could help you heal from trauma. Some of you fire signs may find that this full moon in Sagittarius is going to have you going out with new people. It could be dating new people, but it could be hanging out with new people. You could meet people and then, like it could be at a club, a group, an organization. You could join one. You could test one out. You could have met some people recently that now, over the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days, you could start hanging out with them. Some of you, fire signs, could put out something that explodes and goes haywire, but I feel like it's in a good way. Like if you if you start a business, it could explode and go, be fantastic. Or if you put a video out or a book or a piece of music or something, it could really be like kabam for you and be quite successful. This full moon could also make you look back at your past, and you may start writing things down like a journal, like journaling to like release things in you, or making lists of like, this is what I did before. I don't want to do that again. So now I'm going to do this. You could also be writing down lists of like things to manifest. So this could be a good manifesting full moon. Even though full moons are releasing, it's a time of releasing. So it's kind of both. I see you looking back at your past, thinking about what you don't want to do again, and writing a list of things you want to do. Maybe you're not actually practicing manifesting. You're just trying to get clear on the manifesting before you start doing it, because new moons are the best time to do manifestation. This is going to be a great time for the fire signs to lay down the foundation of something that could really be very strong, impactful. So it could be about a business, or maybe maybe it's about like you could start your own business. Or be getting ready to. And so you could be laying down the foundation to get ready to start this business. It could also be you laying down the foundation of a house, a shed, a garage, a gazebo, a deck. So anything where you could like lay down the foundation. And remember, the energies of this full moon are going to be strongest the day before, the day of, and the day after. But for the next 2 weeks, especially, but it can even last up to 30 days. So this is the time for you fire signs to lay down foundation. So here are the 3 cautions for the fire signs. It's a weird message. I think it's funny because of my background in the culinary arts. I get that you could make something, like if you have to make something, baking especially, like it could be cookies, biscuits, bread, anything like that, but it could be other things. I get it's going to crumble. You better watch those recipes carefully, weigh or measure everything carefully and follow the methods and make sure you have the proper ingredients, because I feel like something you're going to bake or make is not going to work out. So take your time, read the recipe, get the right ingredients, follow the right method. But if it's not in cooking or baking, it could be something else. Like maybe you're mixing cement and you didn't put the right amount of water or this or that in, or something else that you're using in building something. Like, because I get crumbling. I see things crumbling. It could be cement. It could be something that got baked. I don't know. But crumbling of something you're working on comes up here. My guides are saying some of you are going to smell a rat, and you're right. Now that could be figuratively or literally. So you could be sensing something that somebody is up to no good. Don't ignore it, because you're right, my guides say. But it could be a literal rat, like maybe a rat crawled in the wall of your house or is under your shed or your garage or your gazebo or your deck. And you could literally be smelling something that smells dead. And if you are, it is a rat and you need to get rid of it, or just let it disintegrate and eventually that'll go away. But that takes a long time. But you should not ignore it. This is the caution. It's like, don't ignore it because you're right. Don't just blow it off. You have to be careful that you don't create drama. We all have our moods, ups and downs. Sometimes we're sweet as honey. Other times we're bitter like vinegar. I mean, really, it can go any way for everyone. So if you're feeling spicy in a kind of negative, edgy, like ticked off kind of way, don't go to the gathering. Don't go to the party. Don't go out with your friend that night, or don't spend time, like pull back. It's the time to like keep to yourself, because you're going to be edgy. You're going to act out edgy, and people are going to notice it, and you could offend people that maybe in the long run you don't want to offend. So keep that in mind. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the element of air. This is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. This could be a full moon that brings the air signs work, projects, or something to completion. So it could have been something you've been working on, or it could be some project, whether it's for work or your own personal life. The air signs will be bringing things to a completion from the energies of this full moon in Sagittarius. This could spark a lot of questions for the air signs. You may feel like, question, question, question. Why is this? What is that? So it could make you do your own research and look things up, but you could be asking a lot of questions to different people, like to this one, to that one, to the other one. So you're going to feel like, your Sherlock Holmes cap is going to need to go on. This is a full moon that could spark some kind of argument. So some of you air signs are going to get agitated and maybe angry at somebody, where you could find like you get into a war of words or, bickering or some kind of argument with someone. This could also scatter your energy. Some of you air signs may feel like, I'm seeing the Seven of Cups card in my mind, which is scattered energy, scattered thinking, scattered emotions. Choose wisely from the illusions around you. You may have difficulty making a decision about something. That card can also mean some positive things, but I feel your energy like scattered. You could be like, I'm thinking over here. I'm looking at that. Then I'm dealing with this. Then I'm thinking about that. Then I'm looking at that. Then I'm over here. Like that is the vibe here. If you have to stage something, it will go off to complete perfection. So if you have a house you're trying to sell and you're staging it to sell, it's going to look amazing and it'll probably work out where you sell your property. But it could be other things that you're staging. It could be something you're going to take a picture of or a video of, or, I don't know, staging something, a production, if you're involved in theater or, art or like anything that you make, that you stage in some way will go really well for you. Some of you could be lucky where somebody wants to really treat you well. They could want to take you out to dinner or buy you something nice or treat you like gold in some other way. So you could have some good luck that comes to you from the treatment of others toward you. And these energies are the strongest the day before, the day of, and the day after the full moon, but they can last and up to 2 weeks and up the strongest for 2 weeks, but the energies can last up to 30 days. Some of you are going to break free from some unwanted ties that bind you, that you want to be free of. It could be a person, it could be a job, it could be anything, but I get like breaking free. You're going to get some kind of feeling of freedom that you stop doing something, cut something off. Maybe you're going to retire. Maybe you're going to quit a job and go to a different job or break up with somebody that's been a problem for you. I don't know what it is, but I get breaking free of some kind of ties that bind you and the feeling of freedom. Now, here are the 3 cautions for the air signs. You could get somebody, this came up, I think, for the earth signs too. One of the other elements got this. Somebody could want to come in and hire you. It could be for a short-term gig or, project, but it could also be long-term. Because I get somebody being impressed by something you did or something you created or some work that you did. And maybe it's not something you normally would do for other people, but somebody may ask you to help them and do it for them, and they could pay you very well for that. So that wasn't a caution, really. That was actually a good thing. Some of you air signs need to be careful that you don't have your head in the clouds and that you're not grounded enough in reality. You could be spending too much time on the internet, too much time on your phone, too much time messing around. And, it's like, I don't know the words. I guess I want to say you could kind of get obsessed by something or distracted by something really intently, and then you're letting other stuff fall by the wayside. You have to be careful. Some of you air signs may feel like you want to wipe the slate clean of people that you don't want to deal with anymore. Or it could be other stuff. Maybe you want to wipe the slate clean of, things on your computer, or wipe the slate clean of stuff that you have. And like maybe you feel like you have too much stuff. I'm warning you, if you do that over the next 30 days, you're going to regret that you wiped something away that you're going to wish you hadn't. So be very careful of like throwing out your stuff, getting rid of everything, clearing out your computer. You know, I'm not saying don't get rid of your stuff, but I think you'd be better off doing that in July than in June, because the next 30 days, I think you're like, oh, I'm going to wipe the slate clean, whatever that is to you, and you're going to later regret it, or regret some of it. So this is a weird message. Some of you could get very intrigued by something you see either on TV or on the computer, and you're like, I want to make that, or I want to do that. Whatever it is, it could be a new job you want to start, a new creation, a new hobby or skill, and you're going to go rush to try to do it, and it's going to flop, meaning it could work if you had more training, took more time, and all of that. But it's like, you're going to feel like, oh, I'm going to rush and go do that. And you're going to like skip steps, not know enough about it, and it's not going to work out. So be careful of that tendency. So I want to thank you so much for all of your watching my videos, sharing them, subscribing. You're hyping the channel as well. That really helps. And um, if you aren't subscribed yet, please do subscribe and hit that notification bell when you do. That way you'll get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube. And if you're interested in getting any of the special videos I record on very specific topics, bringing you more psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides, you can get them on my Vimeo on-demand videos and also on my Patreon shop. I've created a list. You can read here on this slide. They're also linked below this video in the description box and on my website. The links get over there at some point on my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page. So I hope you all have amazing energy that comes to you from this blue moon, second full moon of the month of May, of this full moon in Sagittarius. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.